It's 1370's Friday Night Fanstand.
All right, howdy, Austin, and welcome to the Friday Night Fanstand Tailgate Edition, and it's sponsored by Radiant Plumbing. Coach, it's week 10, and we finally had some cold weather to go along with some high school football.
Well, it's finally that football weather, and I know the players are going to have a lot more energy, and there'll be a lot more excitement at the games. So it should be a really fun and exciting week 10.
Well, we're ready. You have on your flannel, I have on my sweater, and so let's go ahead, without further ado, jump into our fan stand, Big 10. Shout out to Paul Rodriguez, who helped us a lot with this one. Each week, we compile the top 10 teams across Central Texas concerning 4 and 5A football. And let's start with the bottom half of our fan stand, Big 10. Number 10, Leander. 9, Bowie. Number 8, Hutto, with surprise coach Steve Hill. Number 7, Anderson, who beat Bowie last week. And number 6, Connolly, and they'll represent Division I in the playoffs. Your thoughts on the bottom 5 of our Big 10?
Well, Leander takes on McNeil, and they've completely turned their season around from 0-4 start, and they're going to be heading to the playoffs. Bowie has a chance to garner a share of a district championship if they win. Hutto has a chance to win the district championship if they defeat Bastrop. Anderson-Austin High should be an exciting game, and Conley and Manor should be exciting games also.
Okay, and speaking of Bowie, we'll have two of the players again, Lucas Zeller and Will Hopkins, who make big splashes for the Bowie Bulldogs so far as they look to win on Thursday night. We'll have results of that game, of course, on Friday. Let's take a look at our top 5 teams in our fan stand, Big 10. Coach, we'll start with number 5, Bastrop. If they win Friday at Hippo Stadium, the Bears will win. They'll have back-to-back district championships, as you probably remember them from the year before and last year. Westlake, number 4. Cedar Park 3, Stony Point 2, Lake Travis 1. And I guess the most interesting thing about this is the majority of those top 5 teams play on Thursday.
Exactly. Lake Travis and Cedar Park, that'll be a game that I imagine everybody in the state would like to try to watch that game, because those are two outstanding football teams. You know, different styles, with Lake Travis throwing the ball around, and Cedar Park they like to run right at you. And I think the thing that'll be interesting is Lake Travis's defense has kind of been under the radar, but they are outstanding, and it'll be interesting to see if Cedar Park can move the ball on. Westlake and Bowie will be playing Thursday night. Again, if Westlake wins, they have an outright district championship. If Bowie wins, then you have a possible three-way tie for that district championship, so a lot riding on that game. Stony Point, they're looking to go undefeated. They have a tough Pflugerville team. It's one of those games that I think you can throw out the records. I think that's going to be a dogfight out there, and Stony Point is going to have to work to earn that victory. And then finally, Bastrop and Hutto. Bastrop's defending district champion, and Hutto, Steve Hale, has done an amazing job there, and if Hutto wins that, they can win that district championship. So it's, tremendous games in these top 5.
Speaking of those top 5 teams, from Stony Point, we'll have quarterback Aaron Sharp this Friday. Also from Bastrop, wide receiver Buddy Nunn. For Cedar Park, we'll have the voice of the Timberwolves, Brad Cohn, and voice of the Lake Travis Cavaliers, Mark Honig. They'll all be joining us November 5th, this on Friday, for our live broadcast at third base. More on that here in just a moment. Let's talk about those games of the week, Coach. Talked about how this evening, Westlake at Bowie, Cedar Park at Lake Travis, even the Travis at Crockett game kind of tickles our fancy. Let's talk about some games that aren't quite on the radar. Westwood at Round Rock, Stony Point at Pflugerville, and Vandergrift at Marble Falls.
Well, Round Rock, Westwood, I mean, again, that's a neighborhood brawl, and Westwood is heading to the playoffs. Round Rock is not, but if Westwood's not ready to play, they're going to be in for a surprise, because records don't count in that game. Those guys are going to go out there and get after it. Marble Falls and Vandergrift, Coach Sanders has done a tremendous job at Vandergrift, a first-year school. They have no seniors, and they have a chance to go to the playoffs, and that is extremely unusual. I know Coach Warner is going to have his players ready. Basically, it nearly boils down to the winner goes to the playoff, and the loser stays home.
Yeah, in fact, we'll have the head coaches of both Vandergrift and Marble Falls, Coach Sanders and Coach Warner, on the show. But don't forget, Friday, third base, big live broadcast celebrating our first year of Friday Night Fanstand. We'll have some of our Friday Night Fanstand reporters, also voices of teams, some players and coaches. You never know what can happen. Coach, is going to be live, and we're going to be out in public.
Yeah, I guess we won't be able to edit any of those things. So
yeah.
It's going to be whatever we say is going on the record. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully there'll be some people we know that'll come by and say hello and come by and tell us about their team, or ask about their teams. And hopefully we can still get all the scores out so people know what's happening.
Absolutely. A living blooper wheel. We'd like you to come out and join us. We're going to be at third base. It's on the corner of West 6th and Mopac, so apropos. We'll be there from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Come before the game, during the game, after. We'll be there talking Central Texas high school football. We'll have our jackets on, and we'll be ready to have some fun.